Hello, it's Tristan, Director of Community at Provar, wishing all of you, your colleagues, and loved ones a wonderful Global Testers Day. I want to thank QA Touch for supporting our community, continuing to have us inspire each other to share knowledge, and for providing a platform to talk about today's talk, which is about how to get you to deliver your first quality talk destination. Now, I know as we look to 2022, we're soon going to reach 2 years in a global pandemic. And for many of us yet, I feel like as a global community of software quality advocates and test automation enthusiasts, I genuinely believe that we are more connected, supportive, and inspired to share our continuous learning lessons with others. And as a self-proclaimed stage mom, nothing brings me more joy than to help developers and engineers share their stories for the first time on a global stage. So today, I'm going to talk about 5 steps to help you deliver your first quality talk. I know, buckle up, let's get ready. Number 1, let's make a list. I know, list. Let's talk a little bit about the importance of investing in planning a proper test automation design for success. It's equally important that you make a list to help you get to your quality talk destination. You want to ask yourself, what are my core competencies that I want to build off of and share with others, whether it's accessibility of testing REST APIs? Are there other people in the industry that I want to network with and learn from? And what are some talks and research that they have produced that excites me? Lastly, what's stopping me from reaching out to them? Which brings me to number 2, reach out to your network. I cannot recommend enough. One of my top 5 community building tools is getting a Calendly account. It automates an experience where you can reach out to all these industry leaders that are super busy, share an authentic remark about what about their work stood out, and offer some value in advance of the meeting. Be ready to talk about what their research is aligned with your core competencies that you want to build off of and share on the knowledge with others. And also, too, don't be turned off if they're too busy to talk to you, okay? It's okay. You have a whole list going for you. And at the end of the call, thank them and repeat back an invaluable lesson that you learned from the conversation. Do not ask them to be your mentor. We're going to come back to this, okay? There's another step for you to help you get to your quality talk destination. Continue to be their authentic fan, though, by liking, resharing, and commenting on their resources, and maybe set a personal KPI for the number of weekly sessions that you want to have with these leaders. Another important step, instead of a mentor, maybe build a trust accountability of a circle of professionals. So incredible mentorship experiences are as beautiful as they are rare. But what about putting all that expectation on one person? That's a lot. And many of us can hire a life coach. Dollars. Shout out to you life coaches. You're doing God's work. Want an affordable solution? Create a trust circle of professionals that can help you hold each other accountable to your professional goals for sharing knowledge with others. Look out in your communities that are trusted. Dive into your personal network. Think of what are those top 10 leaders that I really want to network and build further relationships with and are not more than 2 hours different from my time zone. Create a group thread. Be clear in your intent about building an inclusive circle of trust and accountability and knowledge sharing, and get that conversation going. If you don't have a network right away for you, create a Google form and reach out to a sourced and trusted community that you really look up to. Avoid making your team and your cadence too formal. I know that you all love Trello and Asana as much as I do, but think about making this circle a bi-weekly session where you all get together, you talk about each other's goals, roadblocks, and what's keeping you from delivering your first quality talk. And, a few mentors never hurt on the side. Also, too, most importantly, another tip, meet yourself where you're at for change, okay? Ask yourself, where are you at? Maybe, you feel everyone's already told a story. What story could I tell? Wrong. Stage mom here, wrong. No one has told your story. Okay, no one has told your story. Every story arc is bred in conflict. We all have conflicts that breed resolution in our everyday quality challenges. Was there a challenge that you and your team solved together? Maybe there was a cost for failing to prioritize your end-to-end testing, a retro gone bad, and maybe there were some strategies that you implemented to improve future processes. Write it down. That is a talk. Start small. Maybe you want to blog about what you learned from speakers at a recent free virtual conference. There are no shortage these days, so you have no excuses. Maybe you want to speak at a local meetup, contribute to a community podcast, or submit your first conference talk. Shout out to Colby Fayuk, dev advocate at Apple Tools, for creating an amazing and free CFP template, and we can drop that in the comments below. Remember too, though, not everyone is ready to share their testing stories on the virtual stage. Maybe try piloting your talk internally. I remember, again, a stage mom, I've worked with so many developers and engineers, and I had one, and her journey was so beautiful. She started off being afraid of the camera, not wanting live, questions, and I got all that. I'm an introvert moonlighting as an extrovert, y'all. I had a speech impediment. One of the things I always told her is, let's start internally. Let's talk about some of the challenges your developers are facing when adopting test automation. Let's give them some tools and tips. And then let's scale that, and let's get you onto a podcast, right? Where you have some pre-submitted questions, you feel more comfortable. Maybe we'll get you onto a webinar. And then eventually, just the other week, she did her first talk on a global stage with almost 1,000 people tuning in, and it brought me so much joy. Just remember that you can get there. You hiring managers that are out there prioritizing your teammates' needs before your own continuous growth. You first-time speakers that have always wanted to share innovative ways to influence software quality and scale test automation. You're out there. Get inspired, and reach out to community builders in our industry and see what other types of opportunities there are to share knowledge. It doesn't all have to be in a talk. For me, a quality talk is about a blog, a podcast, or any continuous learning platform that you want to put out there. And also too, remember, you can always build your own stage, y'all. Okay? Social media is powerful, right? But remember that your professional brand is important for industry credibility. So make sure that your job descriptions are updated, you have measurable results from current and past roles, and don't be afraid to link to the social media hashtag that works for you. Your post will go farther. And lastly, number 5, I want you to write a letter to yourself that you're going to open up again in January of 2022. Okay? I want you to think to yourself, okay, what is it that's keeping me from starting this journey? What are you excited about this journey? And where do you want to see yourself when this is at its final part in January, okay? Seal that letter. Know that there are always leaders like myself and countless others in this in our profession that are here to help you. So you can always put in the comments what your roadblocks are. You can always DM me if you're looking for more resources, but reach out to everyone, okay? Because remember that while you may be blessed to work at a company or have a boss that cares about your professional development, ultimately the only person who will care about getting you to deliver your first quality talk is you. So let's get to networking, celebrating your leadership on the global stage, and moving towards delivering that first quality talk. Today, I'm Tristan Lombard, Director of Community at Provar, and I hope that you were inspired by today's talk. And thank you again to all of you testers out there on the global stage and to QA Touch for continuing to inspire, connect, and innovate us all towards that first and/or continuous quality talk together. Thank you.